if you are in love with your keto diet and you're like, I can do this forever, all power to you. Most people can't. Most people do fail on keto because it's just too hard to kick out an entire food group. And I'm hoping after you see this, you will be convinced that carbs are good in the first place. Why would I ever kick out that food group? So let's go ahead and hop on into it. Carbs are the body's preferred source of energy. That means you're going to be the most efficient whenever you actually eat carbs. You are going to be feeling the best you can. That's what that point is there. We'll feel better. You'll feel more energetic. Your workouts, because you're more energetic, are going to burn more calories. You're going to lift more. You're going to do an extra rep. You're going to walk at a little bit faster speed. You might not even realize it, but you are going to be working harder. When your body runs out of muscle glycogen, it turns to protein. Protein is your muscle. That is your metabolism. Now, if you have a lot of protein in your diet, it can also use the protein from your diet. And that's sometimes you might smell that ammonia type smell, that cleaning smell, and that is protein being broken down. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're too low in calories and you're way too low in carbs, or you're too low in carbs and calories, and you're just in this massive deficit, basically a crash diet, you'll really smell that. Your urine will smell really strong, and you will smell that. Usually for me, it is on my face and the sweat that is coming off of my lip, actually. So, it's right under my nose. I can smell it pretty strong. So I know that I'm under eating a little bit too much then. I don't usually run into that too much anymore. But whenever you crash diet, that is a common thing. So if you're smelling that, that's a red flag that maybe you're not getting enough carbs or enough calories in general. But it turns to your protein. We don't want your body turning to your protein for your energy if we can help it, because that's going to be cutting in your metabolism and you're going to burn less calories each day. So want to keep the protein, or want to keep the muscle, and carbs are muscle sparing. So a couple things though, a couple caveats to that. This doesn't mean unlimited. Typical diet is already high enough in carbs. So what I mean is, don't be like, oh, he said carbs are good, great, and just stuff yourself with carbs. It comes down to calories. So we don't want, and carbs tend to be very dense in calories. So we don't want too many carbs because we'll accidentally end up having too many calories. But ask a vegetarian. I'm sure you know a lean vegetarian somewhere. Most of them are pretty lean. Carbs are not the reason that people are overweight. It is the calories. So I just don't want you consuming a ton of carbs and no protein and fat because I said carbs are good. So the real thing to look for is processed carbs and sugars. These aren't even bad on, like I was just talking about, having pie or whatever. Like, I'm not saying anything is necessarily bad. It's just those are the carbs we are trying to look a little more out for, is the processed carbs, the potato chips, donuts, cookies, those instant boxes of rice and pasta and all that. Those carbs digest faster, spike your blood insulin faster, and in general are more calorie dense. And that's why we want to look out for them. They're not necessarily bad. If all you ate was 1,500 calories, we'll say, of protein donuts, you got to have your protein in there. That's essential. But if you ate 1,500 calories of unhealthy protein donuts, high in sugar, but also high in protein, you would lose weight because you don't have enough calories to sustain your body. Most likely 1,500 would do that for most people who are active. So, span them out. We don't want a ton of carbs in one sitting. Still not the biggest deal. Don't worry about it too much, but spike your blood sugar and control your hormones. We want to spread them out. That is insulin. Growth hormone is the mortal enemy of insulin, and we just want to spread them out. That will be the best thing for you in terms of making sure that, I can eat carbs. I just don't want all 200 grams of my carbs to be in one meal. That would be crazy.